Hey riders, and welcome back to another live stream. And today's live stream is how to strength build if you are a C grader without getting on the bike all day, every day. Because obviously it's easy to build strength and easy to build fitness if you can spend all day riding. If you can't spend all day riding, it's a little bit harder. So one of the things is when you're a C grader or when you're starting off with riding and racing is you've probably got a couple of things that need work. You probably need to be fitter. Hey Stu, and you probably need to be better with bike skills as well. So you've got two things that you need to learn. You need to be better on the bike skill-wise because you haven't done much riding or haven't done much racing. And then you also have to be fitter to be able to go and be used to the demands of riding and racing that you're probably not used to because you haven't been racing before. Hey, David. So how do you tackle that? Like, which one do you need to work on? Do you need to work on skills? Do you need to work on fitness? Because at the end of the day, everything needs work, doesn't it? For you to be able to get to the top of C grade, to get to B grade, and to go and do more races. So what do you start with? And it's like, okay, well, if you put all your time into the skills side and the technique side, and that's where you put all your, put all your time and effort into that side, that's all well and good. But the problem is, what if you only last for half a lap? If you go out and race and you've done all this work on skills and using the front brake and body position and doing the corners properly and doing the jumps and all that sort of stuff, but you're lasting a couple of laps on race day, then the skills become useless, okay, or become less useful because you can't be consistent with them. And then likewise, if you go the opposite way and you just put all your time into fitness, then you're not going to be any better on the bike either. You might be able to ride a little bit longer, but you're not going to have the skills there. So the truth is, both of these work together. Okay, you can't just do fitness and not ride and expect to get better at riding, and you can't just ride and do technique work and then expect to be able to put full motos together if you're not doing any fitness work. You need technique work to be able to get more efficient on the bike and use less energy and be faster, but you need fitness paired with that to be consistent with the technique and skills. The other thing that happens is when you build your fitness, especially at the start, when you are inefficient on the bike and you're probably using too much energy and hanging on too tight and doing all the wrong things or all the things that you know you shouldn't be doing. When you build up your fitness, it buys you more bike time, okay? So even if you are inefficient on the bike, if you can get yourself fitter and stronger, you can spend more time on the bike when you do go and ride. So instead of doing a couple of laps and having to have a break, maybe you can do 3 or 4 or 5 laps now. You can do double the amount of laps you could do before. What that means is you've got double the amount of time that you've just brought for yourself to be able to go and spend on skills time. Okay, so the fitter you can get, the more time you can spend on skills, the more time you can spend on skills, the quicker you can move your riding and racing forward. So how do you do that? Especially if you're new to training or new to riding and racing. So the hard thing is for a lot of you, you're not professional racers, especially if you're a C grader, you're definitely not a professional racer. So you're not spending all day, every day on the bike. Trying to copy what the pros do off the internet is not going to work for you because you're not spending 4 or 5 days of the week out riding your bike. You're probably only spending it 1 day of the week, as much as you'd probably like to be riding every day. So the best way to start with the training side for the majority of you is going to be to focus on getting stronger. Okay, focus on developing strength and getting stronger in the gym. So the stronger you can get yourself as a rider, the lighter the bike will feel for you. So if you're let's say you're riding a 250F, and your 250F probably weighs, 100 kilos, maybe a little bit more, once it's all filled up. Now, on top of that 100 kilos, you've then got your body weight. So if you're weighing in at, say, 80 kilos, you've got a 100 kilo bike, you've got 80 kilos of body weight, that's 180 kilos. So if you're doing motocross and you're a C grader, you might be doing 10 or 15 minute motos. If you're an enduro rider, you might be doing maybe 2-3 hour enduros as a C grader. So the stronger you can get yourself, the lighter that 180 kilos is going to feel for you. Okay, and the lighter you can get that 180 kilos to feel for you, the less fatigued you're going to get, and the more energy you're going to have left for the rest of the ride. So instead of burning up all of your energy and being really fatigued at the start of the race, and then having to try and survive for the rest of the race or the rest of the laps that you've got left, what you can do now is use a lot less energy and fatigue a lot less at the start, which means that you've got a lot more energy, a lot more fuel left in your tank than for the rest of the race. And so the real benefit for this is two things. Is number one, you're probably going to enjoy your racing a bit more because you can hold a consistent speed all the way through from start to finish and get some better results. And if you want to move to the top of C grade, or get graded and get put into B grade, that's a great way. That's a great start. You can't just be fast on the bike. You have to actually put it together for a full moto or full race. But the real benefit is it's going to allow you to develop your skills a lot quicker. Okay, so you have to know how to ride the bike, and you have to be putting work into that. But you also have to be able to buy yourself time to be able to put that time in on the bike as well. So that's where the fitness comes in with the skills. The fitter you get, the more time you buy yourself to be able to work on the skills. The more time you buy yourself to be able to work on skills, then the quicker your skills are going to develop. And that's when your riding and racing is going to start to improve really, really quickly. Okay, it's just about focusing on the things you need to focus on skill-wise and being able to have as much time to do that. There's no point in doing all these like skills workshops, watching all the YouTube videos, doing coaching courses and things like that. And then you get out to the track and you do it for a lap. And then after that, you've got arm pump and your legs are hurting and you're out of breath, because then there's not much point. So it has to be both. Okay, we're working both together. So I am looking for 5 new riders to work with over the next 16 weeks, specifically C grade riders, okay, that would like to have an A grade level of fitness out there. So you might be a C grade rider, but you want to have a super high level of fitness to be able to ride flat out from start to finish. While doing this in 3 training sessions per week, okay, gym work, and if you can only get on the bike once per week. So I'm looking for 5 riders, 5 C grade riders, 5 C grade racers that would like to be able to double the level of racing fitness while only doing 3 training sessions or 3 gym sessions each week and only getting on the bike once per week. So if that's you, you can fill out the application form below that I just posted up in the comments for you. It'll ask you a few questions about what you're working towards with your riding, what the biggest challenges are for you with training. And then I'll give you a quick call once the applications come through. We'll have a quick chat and see if I can help or not. So looking forward to having a few more C grade guys in the group or in the team, and being able to help you guys push up the ranks a little bit more and enjoy your racing. But otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will chat to you guys soon. See ya.